Midnight Visitations. My name is Jack. I used to live in Lake City. Back in the day, about 14 years ago, I had a job as a night shift aide at a place called an LTC facility. That stands for a long-term care facility, a sort of home for elderly folks who need a bit of extra help. This one night, something strange happened that I'll never forget. I was assigned to work on a hall I'd never been in before. It was around 1 a.m., you know, when the world was quiet and everyone was off in dreamland. I was doing my rounds, making sure everything was okay. As I walked down the hallway, I saw something that made me do a double take. There was an elderly guy walking out of one of the rooms. He strolled down the hallway just like any regular person would. Now, that's not what made it strange. What was odd was that, at that hour, everyone should have been in bed. Curiosity getting the better of me, I decided to check things out. I went into the room where the man had come from, and there she was, an elderly resident, wide awake. I asked her who she was talking to, thinking maybe there was someone else in the room. To my surprise, she calmly told me that her husband always came to visit her late at night. Now, that raised the hair on the back of my neck, because I knew her husband had passed away a long time ago, something like 20 or 30 years ago. I couldn't believe it. The room was empty, but she was talking to him like he was right there. Feeling a bit spooked, I decided to talk to the other aide working on the floor. I wanted to see if they had experienced anything weird, or if they had an explanation for what I just saw. When I brought it up, they looked at me with a knowing expression. They told me that the resident in that room was 102 years old, and her husband had indeed passed away many, many years ago. They said it was a common occurrence, her husband paying her late-night visits, even though he was long gone. It sent shivers down my spine. I swear to my life that what I saw was no ghost or figment of my imagination. It was as real as the air I was breathing. I could even describe the outfit the elderly gentleman was wearing and the hat perched on his head. After that night, needless to say, I didn't work in that hall much anymore. It was just too eerie for me. The memory of that late-night encounter has stuck with me all these years. Sometimes, the things we see in the quiet hours of the night are stranger than anything we could ever imagine. A Tale of Evergrove. In the heartland of Montana, settled between rolling hills and lush forests, there existed a town called Evergrove. The townsfolk were a close-knit community, their lives intertwined, like the roots of the ancient trees that surrounded their homes. Evergrove had been there for generations, its history woven into the fabric of the landscape. Alex went to visit his grandparents' village, which was very far from the city. The long journey had tired him out, so he decided to stay overnight somewhere on the way. He found a quaint town that seemed very charming and beautiful to him. So, he decided to stay there for the night. The townspeople, although initially reserved, were welcoming. They spoke in hushed tones about the beauty of their town and the serenity it offered. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the cobbled streets, Alex felt a peculiar stillness in the air. The town people were gathered in the town square, a flickering bonfire at its center. They spoke of a nightly ritual, a tradition that had been passed down through generations. The elder, a wise woman named Ilara, stepped forward. Her eyes held the weight of countless tales. She spoke of the town's peculiar magic, of how every night at the stroke of midnight, Evergrove vanished from the eyes of the outside world. It became a place lost in time, disconnected from reality. At first, Alex thought they were all joking with him. However, there was something strange in Ilara's peculiar eyes that hinted at a sense of reality. Therefore, he had to believe in it. After that, a lot of strange and weird consecutive things happened, making Alex very scared. Intrigued, Alex decided to witness this mysterious event. As the clock tower chimed midnight, the town square fell silent. The world around them seemed to ripple, as if nature itself held its breath. Then, in an instant, Evergrove vanished. Alex stood alone in the darkened square, surrounded by an eerie stillness. The familiar buildings and the friendly faces were all gone. Only a spectral mist remained, hanging in the air like a haunting memory. Fear gripped Alex's heart, but curiosity prevailed. The traveler wandered through the mist-shrouded streets, feeling a strange energy in the air. The town, although invisible to the world, thrived in this ethereal realm. Ghostly echoes of laughter and distant conversations filled the air. Shadows danced along the sides of unseen buildings. In the heart of Evergrove, Alex discovered an ancient library. Dusty shelves lined with forgotten books whispered stories of the town's past. It spoke of a curse that bound Evergrove to a time loop, a repeating cycle of joy and sorrow. The town was both real and unreal, caught between the realms of existence. As the night unfolded, Alex delved deeper into the mysteries of Evergrove. The townspeople, frozen in a timeless dance, continued their lives unaware of the transient nature of their reality. Alex became a silent observer, moving through the ghostly town like a phantom. But as the first light of dawn approached, the town began to materialize once more. The mist dissipated, revealing the tangible world. Evergrove returned to the present, as if it had never left. The townspeople resumed their lives, their memories of the ethereal night erased. Alex, however, carried the weight of Evergrove's secret. Night after night, the traveler witnessed the vanishing town, becoming a bridge between the two worlds. The lines between reality and illusion blurred, and Alex struggled to maintain a sense of normalcy. Haunted by the knowledge of Evergrove's spectral existence, Alex faced a choice: stay in the town forever, becoming a part of its eternal dance, or leave and risk losing the memories of the extraordinary nights spent in the vanishing town. In the end, Alex chose to depart, leaving Evergrove behind, as the first light of dawn touched the horizon. The town vanished once more, slipping away into the hidden folds of time. As Alex continued the journey, the memories of Evergrove lingered like a bittersweet dream. The vanishing town became a distant chapter in the traveler's life, a tale to be shared with those willing to believe in the magic that exists beyond the visible veil of everyday life. The haunting tale of Sam and Emily. In a small town, there lived a brother and sister named Sam and Emily. Their parents had gone away for the weekend, leaving them alone in their old, creaky house. The siblings were used to the strange sounds in their house, but this night was different. When the clock hit midnight, weird whispers filled the air. Sam, the older one, thought it was just their imagination. But Emily felt that something wasn't right. The dim candlelight made shadows that looked like they were dancing on the walls. Suddenly, the room got really cold and things felt strange. Sam tried to keep Emily distracted by suggesting they watch a movie, but the weird feeling didn't go away. As they sat on the couch, the TV turned on by itself. The screen showed static and turned into ghostly figures that gave them chills. Sam and Emily looked at each other nervously, realizing something spooky was happening. The lights went out and the room got super dark. Whispers came from the shadows, saying their names creepily. Sam and Emily held on to each other, scared. A little kid's laughter echoed through the empty halls, making the air even colder. Trying to be brave, Sam and Emily decided to explore the house. They followed the ghostly whispers, which led them to the attic. When they opened the door, they found an old room with dusty furniture and faded pictures, telling a sad story of a family from a long time ago. As they walked further into the attic, a ghostly girl appeared sad and lost. She pointed to an old music box that hadn't been touched in years. Sam wound it up, and a haunting song filled the room. The music revealed a sad story of a family lost in a fire many years ago. Feeling sorry for the spirits, Sam and Emily promised to help them find peace. They went on a mission to uncover the truth, solving puzzles, and figuring out messages left by the ghosts. As they learned about the family's history, they found out what had kept the ghosts tied to the house. With bravery, Sam and Emily freed the spirits from their troubles. The atmosphere in the house got lighter, and the ghosts disappeared, leaving a calm feeling behind. As the sun came up, Sam and Emily stood outside, watching the mist clear from the hills. The once spooky house now felt like a safe place, as if the spirits had finally found peace. The siblings shared a moment, thankful for their bond that helped them face the ghostly adventure. From that day on, Sam and Emily remembered the lessons they learned. Sometimes, behind strange things, there are stories of sadness and hope, waiting to be heard and set free.